Hello Malaysia, this is Gerryko here, and it's Wait a Minute production. It's the 8th of July 2013, and as you can see, I've Cempedak here, which I've put in the fridge for like say, how long? A couple of days, 2 or 3 days, because I didn't have the time to actually fry it. You can eat it as is. It's okay, not bad. But the smell, the smell is like something like durian, but sweeter. So we have to use cling film and we wrap the damn thing all the way around, so that the molecules, the smell, whatever, cannot escape the the plate and make the whole fridge smell of Cempedak. So let's get rid of this. So I'm always curious to how they actually do it, the batter in the roadside stalls in Malaysia. We have Cempedak, we have uh, fried, all the types of fried stuff associated with Western food. Fried bananas, fried ubi canadet or yam, or I don't know how to call it, what to call it in English, but it is so. I think I'm off the fan extractor because I'm just shouting above my voice, and I better take off my shirt because it is steaming in here, even though it's Malaysia. If I was in like say Britain, yes, steaming is the word to use when you're describing a very warm area or situation. So I have flour here, normal flour. It's not corn flour, it's just wheat flour, the normal shit stuff. And this one, well, this is not part of the cooking. This is actually the lohon ko. Is it lohon ko? Yeah, lohon ko that I made today. I boiled it for 1 hour, and this is for my cough. So hopefully it works. It's sweeter now, but even though if you don't put in rock sugar, the unrefined one, the brown one, which is much better, it is still sweet. So here goes to my recovery, so that I won't cough that often. Because I've been doing videos, and I think a feature that is quite prevalent in all my videos is me coughing. So that's not a good sign. I'm a bit towards going to get TB or tuberculosis, whatever. So Cempedak tastes lovely by itself, but I'm going to fry it Malaysian style. So from what I gather from my own experience and my experience with cooking, I didn't consult anything at all. I'm just going to make the batter, which is wet, myself. Hopefully it works. So this is the batter. Sorry, I mean this is the flour, and we pour a bit of, okay, quite a lot. I think how much do I need? I'm not sure. I'm just eyeballing it. I'm not so sure. I don't know, and I don't. Okay, this is salt, so you know why it is 4 liters, and this is sugar. By itself, the Cempedak is sweet, but I would like to add a bit of zing, put a bit of sugar. I don't know whether it will work or not. Maybe just 3 teaspoons of sugar in the batter. Sorry, in the wheat flour, and put this away. And water. I need water. Water is. I need a cup. A cup of what do you call it? Uh, Filtered water, because the water in this place in Selangor is dirty, not so nice. Just put water and just stir. Back in Britain, when my boss and his helper slash girlfriend, when they finish work, okay, life in Britain is just really dull for them and also for me. So what they do, this Chinaman or Chinese people from China, is usually they drive to other takeaways and talk and play and gamble and stuff. And usually they love to go to like Cardiff casinos just to blow away their hard-earned money. I can never ever understand why they do that. They really lose all their money, the money that they saved for the purpose of just, well, just giving it to the casino. Might as well donate it to a charity fund. But no. So this is the stuff that I made. Actually, it smells like goat milk. So normally the shop that I worked in closes at around midnight or 11 p.m. ish. You have to have an extra license if you want to like open past midnight. I mean, all these Chinese fellas or the bosses in the takeaways, they prefer to open past midnight during Fridays and Saturdays because that's when the ghost of what? Ghost of the white man would go around wobbling in the streets, drunk as a skunk and whatnot. Yep, white men love to be drunk on a Friday or a Saturday, and sometimes they can be violent or they can be happy. Because one time I saw this girl, this Welsh girl. I think she was 15 or 16. She is really beautiful and really fuckable. I mean fuckable as in you would like to like make her the mother of your children, definitely. And she was like fucking drunk, and she ordered the special meal, which is 4 chicken balls, 1 fried rice, 1 portion of chips, and a sauce, all in one fucking big, huge polystyrene thing. And I think that one was around £5, was it? I think it's £5 or so. I can't remember. It was so long ago. So, and she was okay. She was really pretty. I loved. Oh, okay. I have said that already. Okay, so I'm not gonna repeat myself. She had the food and she was eating it with a plastic fork, and she just fell asleep sitting down eating. Oh my god, what the fuck? She was so drunk. My god, that's the time when you can actually go and rape her. But never mind, I didn't say anything. Forget what I said just now. Okay? Okay, there were a lot of people at midnight, so no chance of that. Of course, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do such things. Trust me. Okay, if you don't trust me, so what the fuck? Who cares? So this is the batter. Is nice and it looks very milky and smooth. Actually, should I put milk powder into it? It would be interesting to put milk powder. Let me check whether I have milk powder. No milk powder, but I do have some kind of that white powder tapioca thingy. I don't know, Nescafe made. Is it? Yep. No milk powder. God damn it. Fuck it. So as I was saying, my boss and his girlfriend would go out for a couple hours, like 3 or 4 hours, and they would come back to the shop at around 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. because usually they sleep until 3 p.m. while I wake up at around 1 p.m. So it's quite a very unorthodox and different lifestyle that we have. Okay, I think it's boiling already, so I'm gonna put this one inside and just dump it in. And let it fry. This is how they make chicken balls in Britain. They take the chicken which is, I think it's cooked already. I mean, I think it's boiled, so it's not raw chicken. And why do they do that? Because white men don't like raw chicken. If they see blood in the bone of a cooked chicken meal, they will like scream and holler, "What the fuck?" That's what they do. In Malaysia or in Asian countries, we don't give a fuck because we eat everything with the bone, because that's where the taste is. That's why chicken and whatnot is kind of like tasteless in Britain. That's why they require a lot of seasoning from outside, like rosemary and thyme and bay leaves, because they just don't know how to actually cook, in my humble opinion. So when my boss and his girlfriend were to go out, I would like have free reign of the shop. And when I'm hungry, you know what I do? Normally I'll take a banana and I'll dip it in this and fry it. And when it's fried, I would what do you call? I would sprinkle some honey onto it, which they have, thank God, and well, and eat it as a snack. After midnight snack. So put it in the oil and let it fry as fry can be. I hope this turns out well. This is my first time. So be gentle, please. This is my first time. Be gentle. And also, that's not the only thing I fried. Bananas, that is. And I'm not talking about my cock. The other, yeah, that reminds me. If last time I wanted my ex-girlfriend 1-3, asked her whether she can suck my cock or not, and she says if you cook it, then she will. Okay, that was the end of asking her to give me a blowjob. Life sucks for me, right? Yeah, I know. You don't need to tell me. So that's the about the food in Britain. Bananas are not the only thing I fried. I also fried the ever delicious pancake ducks. In Britain, I mean I don't know about here. In Britain, pancake ducks are really delicious. Duck which has been marinated in hoisin sauce or whatnot, fry it until it's crispy, and serve it with raw spring onions, raw cucumber, and wraps, which is made of flour, and eat it with hoisin sauce, the dark brown, purplish, lovely tasting, delicious amalgam of deliciousness food. So I will eat that, and it is expensive. It's like 14, I think it's 14 pounds if I'm not mistaken, for a quarter of a duck. So I would just go there and eat one quarter, and I don't do it that often because I don't want them to know that I'm eating their best stuff. So you gotta be very smart when you are in a foreign country. But nowadays, if you want to find work in Britain, I think it's pretty hard because Britain is not doing well, really, really not doing well. And the taxman is like hunting down all those Chinese takeaways. Yeah, they're hunting them down because the Chinese takeaways, they don't pay tax. They don't need to. There's a loophole provided by the by the accountant or the lawyers that requires them not to pay tax for the past couple of years before the crisis, the 2007 is it crisis, the financial crisis, thanks to the mortgage stupidity of the Americans. And the greediness of the banking fuckers. So fry until it's golden brown, and maybe since I have extra batter extra batter here, I think I'm gonna do something special. I'm not gonna put chilies into it, okay? Don't worry. I got some wheat here that I found in the cabinets of my friend Grace's kitchen, and I think I'm going to do something with it. I don't know whether this is correct or not, but here goes nothing. Put some oatmeal onto the plate. I want to coat some of the Cempedak or jackfruit. So nowadays the taxman is like hunting them down and going to the shops and asking for the receipts. The one time that I was in, like, say, Britain, I think it was my third workplace. The taxman came into the shop, and I was like, wow, I was so scared. And the taxman said, "What's your NI number and national identity number?" And I said, "I don't know, I forgot." And I was scared because I was afraid that they might come back and arrest my ass and put me in jail and send me back to Malaysia. So thank God they didn't do that, because that time it was pretty okay in the 2004 2005 era. Nowadays I think it's different. They want to deport everybody back, everywhere. So my experiences in Britain were pretty good. I mean, I worked most of the time. Sometimes I worked like 7 days a week for 6 months. That was my longest stretch before I became a bit crazy. I mean, can you believe it? Stuck to the shop for, like, say, 7 days a week for 6 months. I mean, it's just crazy. And I was like, after my 4-year tour of duty, I was so happy to come back. And from there I went to New Zealand, and I had a blast in New Zealand. Although I didn't make any money in New Zealand, unfortunately. But life is not about money. Life is about sex, about friendship, about masturbation, and about food, and interest, and entertainment, and visits to massage parlors. I prefer to coat my food, fish or whatnot, with this type of batter. I think it's just nicer than using egg wash and also the corn flour, because the corn flour will just decimate the quality of the oil thoroughly. So let it fry on. So do you want me to talk about Britain? Okay, I'll talk about Britain. Britain is a very miserable place, okay? It is a miserable place because of the fucking weather. It's like always mendung, it's always cloudy, it's just depressing. And if you see a sliver of sun, a sliver of God rays, a bit of sun, you feel happy. Very happy. That is how dark Britain is. And it's even worse during the winter. It's only like you have sunlight from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the most, in the middle of winter, which is coincidentally 27th of December, which is Christmas. Wait, 24th of December, which is Christmas. Sorry, that is a pagan type of celebration. Christmas is, but since modern life has christened it Jesus' birthday, so I don't have any say in it. So it's getting really brown and nice, lovely jubbly. So I'm going to scoop some out to coat them with wheat. Come out, motherfucker, come out. It's so hard to actually come out. So I had a blast in Britain. At my final fourth year, I went to 2 music festivals. Okay, it's different from the music festivals you get in Sarawak. Those are like bomb. That's not the same as the ones you get in Britain, which is, the theme is sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Here, no, not much drugs at all, not much alcohol too. So that takes the fun out. So I got to see Limp Bizkit. Got to see who else did I see? I saw who else did I see? saw Metallica, I saw Linkin Park, and those are the only notable ones that I can remember. The rest I don't give a fuck. You know why? Because I was working there as a volunteer. That's why I didn't need to pay £100 or more just to camp in that place. I think the ones that I went to were called not Glastonbury. I didn't go to Glastonbury. Glastonbury was the pinnacle, the most awesome music festival ever. But that's a bit expensive. I think it was £200 and going up, and the tickets would be sold off within hours. So people are buying online, and those total ticket totals, they keep on buying stuff and sell it at a very ridiculous price during the festival itself. So, okay, next. And we coat it with that, and put it with weeds. I don't know whether it works or not, but here goes. Can you actually see this? I think the same thing can be used to make chicken, fried chicken. The batter I'm not sure, but the wheat, covering something with wheat, that's, I think, is okay. That reminds me, I just have to watch that MasterChef US. Yep, I need to watch that. I haven't downloaded it yet. I haven't even had time to watch Invisible Walls of game trailers, and I just don't have time. I'm just going around looking for a camera. And today I went to Laoyat, and there is some promise in buying 400 ringgit 400 ringgit Canon camera, which is a dedicated video camera. It has its own record button, and not the what do you call it, taking picture button as a button for record button. This has a red dot button. Definitely the salesman, a Malay chap by the name of I forgot already. Zabi, is it? I don't know. Forgot. Says oh, this one is suitable for me. So we tested the unit out, the video continuously for, let's say, 25 minutes, and I think that's okay. And he was perplexed. He was dumbfounded that it stopped at 25, even though it was using a 32GB flash SD card, because he had experience with this Canon model before, and he said that it went to like 30 minutes or so. So there must be something wrong somewhere. Maybe something to do with the card, which was the SD card, which was a class 4. So tomorrow I'm returning to Laoyat, and maybe he will give me the results. Maybe using a 32GB class 10 SD card. So we'll give it a try. Sorry. That's about it. Put it in water. So when I was walking around Berjaya Times Square, talking to the good people at IT Toys, and also the good chap at Gamers Arena, the Gundam shops, an epiphany came to me, and I thought, okay, it stopped at 20 minutes because maybe the file size has reached 4GB. Anything, if you are familiar with computers, any file that's more than 4GB, a single file with 4GB is not going to be read by the computer. So I think the cameras are programmed to not let it exceed 4 gigs. So that's my theory. Okay, it's brown enough, I think. So it's brown enough. I'll put it on a bigger plate. So that's my theory, and I was talking to the Gamers Arena chap there, nice chap, even though I didn't buy it. I wanted to buy a hobby paint thinner or paint remover that's around 10 ringgit, but they don't have it in Nike Toys or Gamers Arena, so it sucks. So I was talking to him, the Gamers Arena chap, and I told him, your shop houses the most original Gundams in Malaysia. I told him frankly that, and I've been around in KL a lot of times looking for all these shops. So his one is the biggest, frankly speaking. Gamers Arena has the most Gundams ever, and I'm not counting Litak, because Litak is a distributor, so they have a warehouse full of Gundams. They don't count for shit. So his one is the biggest, and I congratulated him, and he was like trying to give me tell me which one was bigger, but he says that Mid Valley ones, the Mid Valley one about like at the top floor near the somewhere the escalator or something. I told him I've been there. It used to sell bootleg and bootleg Gundams. I bought my perfect grade Eva 01 unit. I don't remember the price. Yeah, I bought it from there, and I returned to Mid Valley a couple of times, and I went to that place, and they are not selling that anymore. They are just selling comics, some figures, and mostly concentrating on Warhammer crap. I don't know what's so popular about Warhammer, but everybody has their own preferences. So it's a shame that a lot of those shops around that I used to go to back in the good old days of like 8 years ago, before I went to Britain, are closed. Yeah. So this is very hot, this Cempedak. It's very hot.